Hey everybody, and welcome to another commentary track brought to you by Not the Best Podcast. My name's David.
And I'm Ivan.
And today, we thought it'd be a good idea to not torture ourselves with another shitty movie.
Thank
We're
God.
gonna do a movie that we thought was going to be shit, to be fair. A movie we did think was gonna be shit at the time of its release. And we were pleasantly surprised. Was a delightful little treat for both of us. We're talking about Rise of the Planet of the Apes. We both have some fond memories about the Apes franchise. We wanted to do War for the Planet of the Apes. Seeing as how War for the Planet of the Apes is not yet available, we figured we'd do Rise and Dawn in preparation for the Blu-ray and DVD release of War for the Planet of the Apes. Ivan, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
All right, cool. For syncing up purposes, anyone that's listening, we have skipped all of the intros because there's like a million logos at the beginning. We are at about a minute and 2 seconds into the movie, right where the title appears on screen on the forest. It says Rise of the Planet of the Apes. It's the very first frame of the movie. And we're going to start in 3, 2, 1. All right. I think when we saw this in theaters, we actually missed this intro, didn't we?
Yeah, we came kind of late. Fun fact, this is actually the movie that made us resent our childhood and teenagehood, I guess, our adolescent movie theater.
Oh, yes. Before we became film aficionados, we'd go to this local movie theater that for, I guess one could say it's shit. It's just a really rundown theater.
I mean, I remember it opening up, like in our adolescent life,
and that was the spot. That's where everyone went.
It was
to
pretty
go see
nice.
movies.
It was pretty nice.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, a piece of the ceiling
Which you
tile
probably
actually fell. Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. If you go there now, multiple like in every single cinema, there's just a bunch of ceiling tiles just missing, just gone.
Yeah,
just
I'm pretty sure like a piece of one actually fell while we were watching this movie.
Fun fact: they remodeled it. They've been bought by a different company now.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah, so I think they've reinvented. I think their business because I mean physically you can't do much with how the theater looks.
Yeah.
But I mean yeah, good for them. I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna. I don't know how their business is doing, but whatever.
Yeah.
So we missed all this the first time we saw it, and it's pretty important information that we're getting from the movie. Caesar's mom being captured. I think we came in right here, like exactly right here.
Yeah.
Oof! Look at that CG.
Mm.
For one of the things you'll notice from watching these Apes movies is the drastic improvement on the CG. It's just nuts how realistic everything looks nowadays, as opposed to just barely like 6 years ago.
Yeah.
And it's not terrible CGI. It's just noticeable is all.
Yeah, it's definitely aged. You can tell it aged.
Yeah, absolutely. I wonder in 6 years from now how War for the Planet of the Apes will look, because that's some award-worthy CGI in the new movie.
Yeah.
I think Warner Brothers probably wants to do an Oscar push for War.
Really?
Yeah, when it was released in theaters, I know they were talking about putting a heavy push on the Oscar campaign. It didn't make as much money as I think they wanted it to. It didn't make as much money as Dawn of the Planet of the Apes did. So it's been a while since War was in theaters. So who knows what their strategy is at this point.
Okay.
But as far as special effects go, they definitely deserve to be nominated.
Yeah,
nonetheless.
Absolutely. I remember it being a very beautiful movie.
Oh yeah, stunning to look at.
Except for my one grudge. What's it?
Look, we'll get to that movie when we get to that movie.
Yeah.
Great movie, dude. Great movie.
Yeah. No, overall, it was a fantastic movie. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And I feel like this series has a special place in both of our hearts since we saw each and every one of these together, I believe, and
Yeah.
I think we saw the last two opening night, right?
Correct. Yeah. Yeah, since Rise of the Planet of the Apes, we've been seeing this franchise grow and become what it is, and it's really become a special franchise, man. And
Oh, absolutely! It's just like a breath of fresh air from like all the really kind of shitty trilogies that's been put out there. And
yeah, this is. I mean, I guess we'll expand upon it more as we go through the movies chronologically, but this rebooted trilogy in this entire franchise is probably arguably one of the best film trilogies of all time.
Yeah.
Who would have thunk, huh?
Yeah, I never would have, honestly.
I think it was 2011. We were sophomores in high school, and I don't remember how long the movie had been in theaters. We weren't as big on film as we were today, and so we were like, man, what the fuck is in theaters, man? Movies are shit. They all suck. Fast and Furious 5 is out in theaters. Like, what are we gonna watch? I guess we're gonna watch Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
Oh.
And it was really good.
Yeah, no, I think we both
I was
left
like,
there.
that was,
Just
that
like,
was
I think our exact words. We were just kind of like left in silence, got back in the car, and we were both just like, "That was really good."
I actually liked that movie.
Yeah.
I actually liked it too.
I feel like that was really close to our experience when we saw Lawless.
Yeah, that came out the next year.
Yeah, we were both like, that was all right. That was an okay movie. Like a few minutes later,
no, we really like this movie.
yeah. Hey, it's Jack Black.
He's the one who kills them all. It's arguable which character is the one character that starts this entire plague. It's that guy.
It's Caesar. Let's be honest.
No, Caesar doesn't start. Caesar's an effect of it.
No, it's
No,
Caesar.
he's not the cause. He's the effect.
No. I blame Caesar.
Wrong, and I'll show you when exactly when it happens.
I know I'm wrong. There's no denying the fact that I am wrong.
It was James Franco. Why James Franco?
It was that pilot neighbor, one who got all this shit on.
To be
him.
fair, yeah, he shouldn't have piloted that plane. That's how fucking disease spreads, man. That's real life, bro. That's exactly how disease spreads. It's scary.
Yeah, I play Plague Inc. as well. Oh, they just shot Caesar's mom. Oh.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, okay, like imagine you're there. Imagine you're like a business executive. You're just like having a meeting about this new drug, and it's just like, oh, a monkey breaks in. Oh, the monkey is shot right in front of me on this table.
You pull out of that deal. That makes sense.
Yeah, it's like, you know what? We got.
You don't need any context. You're like, I'm pulling out of this deal. I don't think this is for me.
I think we're gonna invest in baby aspirin instead.
They invest in the Johnson & Johnson company. I mean, they didn't have a protocol for when apes escape. They have apes in their facility.
No.
I
I mean,
they'd have.
You saw Jack Black trying to go for the tranquilizer gun, and he was just like, "Oh, I'm Jack Black."
And I guess security shot them. As a security guard, I mean, you can't really. It's a tight situation, you know.
Yeah.
You have a monkey going wild in the middle of a crowd. You gotta open fire.
I wonder if a taser would affect a monkey.
Oh.
Anyway, do you want to give some backstory on this movie in case people haven't seen this before? Or at least,
Backstory in terms of
like, just the plot, some plot points, synopsis.
Oh, it's been a while since I've seen this movie. All right. James Franco is a scientist, and his dad has Alzheimer's. So James Franco works with a group of scientists trying to test some serums on these monkeys in an attempt to effectively cure Alzheimer's. And in the process, what happens is one of the monkeys give birth to Caesar, who becomes our main protagonist during this whole trilogy. Caesar's an incredibly smart ape, and some ape shit ensues. Punny. Didn't like my pun. Didn't like my pun, Ivan?
No. I'm still recovering from Transformers.
Oh yes, that was hard. That'll probably be the hardest recording we'll ever have to do.
But we do it all for the pleasure of the viewer.
We do it for you guys listening, the audience.
Please like
don't tell us we've never done anything for you. We sit through these movies for you. The two of you that are subscribed to us.
Please like and comment.
Please like, please subscribe, please comment. Please be active with us. I'm still not I like James Franco. I'm still not sure how I like his performance in this movie.
Really?
Like, when I think about this movie, James Franco isn't what stands out to me. He's there. He plays his part. He plays it well, but I don't think he does anything to elevate the story. You know what I mean?
I mean, was James Franco ever meant to be anything more than just that?
I think so. Because getting into the sequel, the director of this movie, who I believe is Rupert Wyatt, when he was offered to direct the sequel to this movie, he wanted a more human-centric story that was less focused on the apes. Go figure. So I assume he wanted to focus more on James Franco's character, or at least his arc. And that's where Matt Reeves came in and was like, that's a stupid idea. Let me tell you how I would make an Apes sequel. And then we all know how Dawn of the Planet of the Apes turned out. It's effectively Caesar's movie. It's his arc, the entire movie. And James Franco makes a cameo on a little screen in one frame of the entire movie. So I do think he was meant to be an overarching character that had a bigger role. It didn't pan out that way. I think that was a good choice. I think he does his part well in this movie. I think the sequels, they move on beyond James Franco.
I could definitely see that. You can definitely notice it if you watch these pretty consecutively, how we're gonna do just chronologically. You can definitely just see how they put a lot of emphasis on this character in this first movie, and then just completely do away with him in the second one.
Yeah, it's his movie, but he gets overshadowed by Caesar, and then it becomes Caesar's movie, this film. And then I think that's the smart way to do it, because then the entire trilogy becomes about Caesar, that James Franco just happened to be a huge part of the first chapter in Caesar's life, so to speak. And he is a big part of Caesar's life, and Caesar remembers that.
Do you? It almost feels like his role in this movie was just to kind of humanize Caesar a little bit, to show him humans have a good side.
Without his character, what would Caesar be? He'd be a totally different character. It's because of all the values that James Franco may have intentionally or unintentionally instilled in Caesar as he was growing up.
Yeah.
Caesar got to see Franco, and especially his dad, take care of him. And so that he instead of, say, someone like Koba, who just grew up in a sterile lab his whole life and didn't know how to, which is a great arc. That's a great way to explore these characters. Growing up, in good nurture, and then growing up in a science lab.
Oh, absolutely.
Which is why I think Matt Reeves was the perfect choice to direct the sequel, because he expanded on those aspects instead of just kind of glossing over them. He really expands on what that did to them as characters.
Now, did Matt Reeves also direct War for the Planet of the Apes?
Correct.
Okay.
Very noticeable, as the next two movies are really dark in tone.
Yeah, yes, they are.
This one's pretty lighthearted.
Yeah, I mean the most recent one, War for the Planet of the Apes, is just
Borderline depressing.
yeah.
It's just so heavy.
It
It's
gets
really
it gets
heavy.
a little tough to watch at a few points.
Yeah.
And I mean, we'll definitely go into that. But there's a few scenes specifically that just,
This movie doesn't feel hard to watch. This
No.
movie's very easy to get into.
Like,
It's probably the most mainstream of the three films.
like if I were like, if I had no idea what this movie was and somebody just dropped me in and showed me the scene right now, I would say, oh, this is like Curious George live action.
Yeah, basically, it's Curious George gone wrong. That's exactly what this movie is. I think the Curious George movie came out just a few years before this one, to be fair. I think it was 07. They had that song, Upside Down. I like that song. La 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 la.
Stop saying
I like that song. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie to my fans. You can't make me lie to my fans, Ivan. I have no fans. Can she do that? Can people who are medically supposed to take care of people like with diseases like that just walk out?
I would say so. I mean, I have no idea what the medical field is or anything, but I would say so. It feels different. It feels like, oh, they need to have a constant medical physician there to monitor health signs and administer medicine. Then they'd be like, oh, they have to find a replacement. But I feel like he's in the early enough stages where it's like, yeah, he's fine. It's just I'm out.
True. He's not on his deathbed.
Yeah.
In which it'd be like, you're a shitty person for leaving.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, you're here. You can take care of your dad. And you also brought a monkey in the house.
And he just stowed a bunch of this experimental serum to inject his dad.
I'm out. How do you feel about James Franco as an actor in general? He's hit or miss, right?
Yeah.
It depends on what he's doing.
I feel like he is able to play that douchey character so well that it like, to me, it flows onto his other characters, and I just feel like he's a douchey character even though he's not trying to play one.
I see. Do you like him more as a serious actor, or do you like him more when he's being a comedian with Seth Rogen and pals?
I would honestly say serious.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, surprising, honestly. I mean, nothing against Seth Rogen. I love his movies. I love seeing him and his entire Seth Rogen gang. James Franco and Jonah Hill and everything. But I don't know. It's maybe it's because we're watching this and I have more recent memories of him being a serious actor. I just think I enjoy him more as a serious actor.
Or maybe it's his face. I can't take him too seriously. So I guess it depends on what he's doing. Because I definitely think he has more range than someone like Seth Rogen.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I don't know. But I wouldn't. I don't take him too seriously. So if he's not taking himself too seriously, I can enjoy it. But if he's like, oh, I'm an artist, I do this for the sake of art, my acting.
Oh, I mean, okay.
I'm like, get out of here.
I'm not saying he should play in Les Miserables or fucking.
But I feel like sometimes he thinks he should, and it's like, get out of here, James Franco.
Just that. Go make another movie with Seth Rogen about fucking food stuffs fucking each other.
I think a movie like The Disaster Artist is perfect for him because he's doing a serious role, but it's a comedy. It makes sense.
It's not true. Did I hit her?
It's not true. I did not hit her. I did not.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Hi, Mark. James Franco, perfect guy to deliver that line.
Oh, hi, Mark. I can't wait to see that.
This guy just has shitty luck this entire movie, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
This guy, he's just trying to live a normal life, trying to take care of his kids. A monkey barges into his backyard. Later on, it bites his finger, and then he kills the whole world. Like, just a bad week. Did he go to the zoo to take her to the hospital? Vet? Why couldn't he just regularly take him to the vet?
I feel like the normal vet wouldn't be trained to handle like apes and stuff. Where like a zoo vet is like, oh, we have apes here.
Cause yeah, I guess because you are you allowed to have an ape as a pet?
I don't think so.
Because arguably, if you're in her position, you could have been like, why'd you just stroll up in here with an ape? Yeah.
It's like, this is illegal.
Get out of my office. Sir, I will report you. And that worked. That unsmooth line worked.
Oh, yeah, look.
There she is. Just went to his house.
Yep.
It's the same day. That's what they don't tell you.
Showing off the monkey's room.
Their relationship escalated real quickly.
Oh, yeah.
How convenient for Franco, too. Now whenever Caesar hurts himself, he can just be like, hey, girl. Caesar got a boo-boo.
You want to come back to my place?
You want to come back to my place and take care of my monkey? She'd be like, are we talking about Caesar again? James Franco would be like, maybe.
See, I feel like he'll be better suited for that type of movie.
Oh, yeah.
Literally caught my monkey in me.
Curious Franco.
Except Seth Rogen is dressed up as a monkey.
He would.
Instead of like helping him learn stuff, he's like, "Oh, let's get high. It's fine.
It's fine."
Oh, this is a fucking horrible movie already.
Ah, it's a classic. It's an instant hit.
Probably, honestly.
Critically acclaimed.
Oh God.
Academy Awards.
We have to work in falafel fucking at some point, though.
What's the Sausage Party?
Yeah.
That's not the best movie, but like, damn, did they just went balls to the wall for that movie. They're like, what could we do with food? Fuck it, let's do it. And then they did it. Like, all right. I don't like the movie very much, but I applaud them for being as ballsy as they did.
Yeah, I mean, they try to push the limits.
You know, I hear that director wants to do a new movie. It was in the news recently. I think the Addams Family.
Oh.
Yeah, the director of Sausage Party. He wants to do. I think I should. It probably is an animated version. I'm not sure. I should have read more up into it. He wants to do a new version of the Addams Family, which is interesting and very far away from animating food porn, basically.
No, yeah, is this gonna be like a Sausage Party Seth Rogen-esque rendition?
I doubt it. There's no way.
Yeah.
Especially, so Sausage Party was like a brand new thing, but Addams Family has a built-in name already. You can't just take that existing property and then
just completely switch it
rated
up.
R. Yeah. I don't know, just an interesting choice.
So I heard you saw some sort of film festival. How was that?
Yeah, so I went to the Chicago Film Festival yesterday. It was my first time ever being there at the film festival. I wanted to go last year to see Arrival, and tickets for that movie was like $60, and I was like, I'm good, pass. So I went this year, and it was pretty cool. Went to a sold out screening of Last Flag Flying, a Richard Linklater film. Really good movie. Really loved it. You heard about it at all?
I have not actually.
Bryan Cranston, Lawrence Fishburne, and Steve Carell are Vietnam vets. And Steve Carell gets word that his son has been killed in the Iraq War. So he contacts his old friends, Bryan Cranston and Lawrence Fishburne's characters, and is like, I'd like you guys, I know we haven't seen each other in decades, but I'd like you guys to come with me and arrange a funeral for my son. And so it's a movie that does nice juxtaposition between why we were in the Vietnam War and why we're in the Iraq War, and puts them two together. It's very interesting. It sounds very dark and dreary. Like, it sounds like, it could be very depressing. It's actually really funny.
Huh, really?
Bryan Cranston is hilarious in the movie. It's very lighthearted. And I very much appreciated that because, as with life, things can be very dark and very heavy at times. And at the same time, you got to know how to laugh at yourself and how to not take everything so seriously. And I think the movie does a great job of balancing its tone with very, very heavy subject matter, but having a light and funny tone.
Okay. It actually sounds pretty good. I will
watch the trailer when you get the chance, and you'll get a better sense of the movie. And then, watch it when it comes out. It probably comes out in November.
Yeah, I'll definitely give it a view.
Yep, bro. Very good movie. Oh, Caesar's having an identity crisis, bro.
Oh, he doesn't know who he is. He's going through his teenage years.
You're not my real father. It's exactly what he just said in Sign. Caesar home now? I always found it interesting that the company James Franco works for is spelled the exact same shitty way that the title for Terminator Genesis is spelled.
How was that movie? Because didn't you see that?
Never saw that movie. Okay. Hell no, I never saw that movie. I wanted to before I heard it was total garbage. And then I'm like, I'm okay, pass.
We should watch that as another just shitty review or shitty commentary.
We gotta sprinkle them in. We can't just watch good movies.
Yeah, we gotta self-deprecate every now and then.
I was told, interestingly enough, one of my professors, and I'll never forget this, when trying to learn about film, he said you could learn more about film by watching shitty films than you can about watching good films. And I think he has a point about that. They're just really shitty is all.
Well, I guess if that's the case, Southland Tales is next.
Oh my god, Southland! This is our reoccurring Southland Tales reference.
It's gonna happen
on until it happens.
In fact, I'm putting my foot down. It's happening next.
No way.
Oh.
We gotta do this trilogy. Look we'll continue the Southland Tales gang. We'll get a following. And then eventually we'll surprise our audience with Southland Tales, and then it'll be our number one watched.
Let's do it on our 1 year anniversary.
After we gain more than one fan.
Hey, shout out to you. We know who you are. You know who you are. It's fine.
We know you. Thank you specifically for listening to this.
Oh, Caesar's all pouty and moody. He's like, I don't want to eat.
See, but what makes us human, Ivan, when the human forgets how to use a fork, but an ape knows exactly how to use one? Theme.
Shut the fuck up.
I get it. I think moments like that work a lot better in Matt Reeves' films because they feel more subtle as opposed to a scene like that.
No, see, okay, I want to point out that scene because that scene must have been like absolutely terrifying for James Franco's character.
Oh, yeah. That probably hit him like a fucking brick, man.
Yeah, because its father was doing so well. It's like recovering, and all of a sudden that happens. It's just like, oh, man.
That's how it works, man. I thankfully haven't experienced, having a loved one who's had Alzheimer's before. So I imagine when you start seeing signs like that, it's a scary feeling, I'm sure.
Yeah, absolutely,
because
man.
It could lead to something as dangerous as, what's happening right now with Lithgow going in the car and possibly driving and then doesn't even remember what he's even doing,
Yeah.
It sucks, man. I think not James Franco, Seth Rogen is actually a big proprietor of trying to find funding for cures dedicated to Alzheimer's, actually, in real life.
Really?
Yeah. I think his mother-in-law has Alzheimer's, because I remember watching one day when what was it? He went to Congress or something. He went before some crowd to. I don't remember if it was to ask for fundraising. This was years ago. And he used his name and his talent and his comedy to shed light on how important and how serious an issue like Alzheimer's really is. And I was like, damn Seth Rogen, respect. Really humanized him for me. Before that, I just knew him as, the guy from Pineapple Express, just fucking around with James Franco. And then I'm like, he's actually a guy, who real life, dramas and stuff. Oh, he's about to bite the finger off. It's coming.
Oh. I just imagine that, like, some guy just, like, wrecked your car, and then a monkey throws you out of your own house and is chasing you down the street.
This guy, he should have moved. Oh, man. Caesar doesn't even realize what he's done.
It's like, oh, this doesn't taste as good as I thought.
Oh, I have a finger in my mouth right now. You can see it in his face. Oh, fuck.
He's like, do I spit it out? Do you want it back? I mean, I'm sorry. He's chewing on it. Oh, everybody's scared of him.
I know, poor Caesar. You can see, like, the fear in his eyes. Andy Serkis. Good fucking acting in this movie. Andy Serkis. Everything. It's all about the eyes. You a fan of Andy Serkis?
Don't actually know who that is.
You know exactly who Andy Serkis is. He does all the motion capture for everything. Gollum, King Kong, and Caesar. He's Claw in Age of Ultron.
Okay, yeah.
Andy Serkis, big, well known in the nerd community. How do you feel when people argue that the Academy Awards should start recognizing performances in motion capture. So say someone like Andy Caesar should be recognized and awarded for his performance as Caesar, say in the new War for the Planet of the Apes. How do you feel
Now, okay, so I don't know. I feel like that's a loaded question for me because
Absolutely, yes. It's 100% loaded.
I can make the argument that like how much of the performance of like the final character, let's say Caesar, is actually, you know, the CG or the motion capture person, or how much it is just like, you know, computer animated effects, like adding attention to detail or adding like specific facial cues or, you know, something like that. I mean, yeah, it's impressive what they do, but at the same time, it's like it's a lot of help from, you know, CGI.
Mm-hmm.
So honestly, it's a loaded question, man. I really don't have an answer for you right now. First instinct though would be like, nah.
Not right now.
Not right now.
And I mean, to be fair, we don't get a lot of motion capture performances in that many movies to begin with for it to get its own category. You know what I mean? Like, there's hundreds of movies that come out every single year, and we only have like 5 slots for best actor, best actress. Like, only 5 people get nominated. There's probably only like 5 movies that come out a year that have motion capture.
It's like, yeah, you get a participation award.
Yeah. Probably when we get to the point where every movie has a motion capture performance, whether or not it's a big budget Hollywood film, to even when it becomes monetarily available for smaller indie projects. Because I think once it gets to the point where indie movies can afford motion capture, they could really do some artsy things with the technology. And I think once we get to that point, then we can start recognizing, okay, these are real performers, you know, trying their hardest to put in a good performance, and they should be recognized for it. That's what Andy Serkis is all about campaigning for right now. So in a few years, hopefully we get there.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, if there was a specific category for it, like I feel like he would win all the awards just by default. It's like, hey,
because he does all of them. Yeah.
All right, best motion capture in the comedy, Andy Samberg. Best in drama, just come back. Just stay up here. Here's your awards.
Just stay right here. Don't get off the stage.
All right, so that character in the like the monkey like housing place, I don't know what to call
Malfoy?
it. Yeah, Malfoy. Fuck him.
He's an asshole, yeah.
Yeah, like I've never been able to just
for no
actively
reason
hate a character. And like I left the theater still angry at him. Like fuck that guy.
It's just because there's no reason he should be such an asshole, right? He's doing a job. Like, got the easiest job in the world. Just make sure the monkeys don't kill each other.
There's no reason. It's like, oh, a monkey killed my father. No, it's just like I'm smarter than you. Fuck you, monkeys.
Yeah. You know, it wasn't until just recently, maybe July, yeah, I had finally watched the very first Planet of the Apes, like 1960s.
Really?
Yeah, and once I watched it, I was like, oh shit, I get this movie now more than I expected. There's
Really?
a lot of callbacks to the original film, and that just went like way over my head when I watched this movie, because I'm like, yeah, it works on its own, and then I'm like, oh, that's a reference to the original. Oh, that's a reference to the original, like the fact that they're called Bright Eyes. That's Charlton Heston had bright eyes as opposed to the other humans, so he was called Bright Eyes. the humans were locked up in cages. Now the monkeys are. Like, it makes, like, I get it. Like, now I appreciate, as much as I was surprised to appreciate this movie, I now have a better appreciation for it. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, absolutely. So what's going on here?
James Franco's like, hey, my dad has Alzheimer's, and then he didn't. So, like, can I work here again? That's essentially what just happened. That's the bare bones of exactly what just happened. Has this guy ever played a... What happened? Go ahead.
No, I'm saying, like, that must really suck for Caesar. He's, like, going from having home-cooked meals to slop.
Yeah, James Franco probably used to bring home Red Lobster and shit.
Right,
now he has
biscuits.
literal shit. Yeah. I mean, has this guy ever played a role where he's not an asshole?
Who, Tom Felton?
Yeah. Because, like, he's most known for Malfoy, you know, where he's basically just an asshole.
Well, he was in The Borrowers.
Never heard of that.
Never heard of The Borrowers? It's like an old movie back in, like, 97. It's, like, about these, like, really tiny, small people who live inside a house and they borrow shit.
97? He was born? He's a young actor.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. I think he probably has.
I think I recently saw a film called Megan Levy about this girl who trains a military dog. He wasn't an asshole in that one.
Hey, all right.
He's this guy who has a military dog. So, I mean, hey. Military dogs. Get military apes.
I bet this has been brought up before, especially during the Cold War.
That'd be real shitty, huh? How fucked up would that be? We're, like, at war with someone, and we drop in a load of apes to just go mad and ravage a town.
How crazy would it be if, like, you're in the jungle, right, and you already, like, are worrying about people being everywhere. Next thing you know, you just hear, like, an ape squeal and, like, a machine gun go off, like the fucking ape Rambo. And you fucking know he's coming for you.
Shit your pants, man.
Yeah.
Especially if it was Koba. If Koba was looking at you like that, forget about it. Look at that face.
Oh, he wants another cookie.
He's smart. He's just angry about it.
Oh, Koba. He's so, like, angry.
Ugly? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, this is when Jack Black fucks up, isn't it?
It's exactly where he fucks up. It's because Koba's about to overreact or something, and then his Bane mask is gonna fall off.
He even said, like, tighten up your mask.
Yeah, he's the one who says it.
Oh, you fucked up.
Now, the whole world. This is the part. This is the part I'm talking about. Whole fate of the entire world. All because this guy didn't have his mask on properly. Thank you, random guy. Ooh, look at that gorilla.
Damn, they just don't even let him out.
And then he just sits in there and gets more angry and angry as the days go by.
Oh,
You can
his
see
name
the
is
anger.
Buck. Who's this one?
The one acting like a jerk to Caesar?
Oh, that's Rocket, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's Rocket. They all get names. You learn about them.
Oh yeah, like they go on throughout the series too.
Yeah, and it's weird to like these monkey characters as they grow throughout the franchise.
Like they become like characters, like supporting roles in this movie.
Yeah, like really fleshed out characters. Yeah, with arcs and everything.
And doesn't Rocket become like one of his confidants?
Yeah, and by the third movie, that's like his right hand man.
Yeah, it's like Rocket's like my bodyguard.
Yeah.
And in this movie, he almost kills him off a tree.
Yep. That's called character growth or something.
Something like that.
Around those lines.
So, have you heard about Netflix planning on releasing over 80 original movies in 2018?
80?
Yeah.
80 or 18?
80.
80? 80. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, to be fair, how many movies do you think they release nowadays? Like, can't be that far off.
Yeah, I don't know, dude, because I've been noticing, like, their original... You know, they have, like a specific, like, category on Netflix. Like, you know, Netflix originals.
Yeah, Netflix.
It's growing, man. It's fucking going.
I mean, so I guess... I don't know. I just don't know how much they make nowadays. So, so they announced 80 movies? So, no, tell me more about it.
So, from my understanding, they haven't announced any specifics, just that they're planning on releasing 80 original movies or series. I can't remember which, you know, if it includes series as well. But
I think it is movies, yeah. Do you think that's doable? Do you think they shouldn't do that? They should do it?
I think 80 might be a little too much. I think it might impact, like, the quality of them if they're just, like, pumping out so many.
Yeah, I mean, I like a lot of Netflix shows as much as the next guy, but yeah, they don't always hit.
Yeah.
They probably have more misses than they do hits.
I would arguably say like 1 out of 5 or 6 hits with me. You know,
probably.
But I don't know. I just thought it was pretty, you know, interesting to see how a company that started off shipping out DVDs has become just this massive, I guess, you know, creator of content.
It's crazy. You never know. Do you think they're probably trying to get into the awards game? I don't know. They don't need to, but I mean, they probably want to be recognized as an official like film studio. Like say Amazon. I think Amazon is being recognized a lot more by official film awards than say Netflix is, because last year they were recognized. Amazon Studios was recognized for having Manchester by the Sea, which was nominated for a whole bunch of shit. And now this year, the movie I was just talking about earlier, Last Flag Flying, that was brought to you by Amazon Studios.
Really?
Yeah. So, it'll be interesting to see if Netflix, tries to be recognized as an actual film studio, even though it's just this weird black box of content.
We recently talked about how wasn't Amazon like in the bid or in the race to try to buy the James Bond franchise?
Yeah, I think you say it was What didn't you say it was between
Amazon
and Apple?
Yeah. It's crazy.
Amazon,
man.
they're serious about these movies.
Oh yeah, man. It's finding crazy, man. A company that started off selling books online also just became this giant e-commerce market.
Because I mean, everyone wants to be in everything now. That's the only way you can be a successful business, is if you have your hand in like every single slice of pie you can possibly get your hands onto. So I get it, Even movies nowadays, they can't just be movies. They have to be amusement park rides. They have to sell toys. They have to be video games. They can't just be movies anymore. They have to be like part of this huge corporation, so that the studios can get money off of the box office, off of the toy selling, off of the video game merchandise, off of the ride, like everything. Everyone wants to be a part of everything, Ivan.
I mean, no, man. They make movies to sell action figures.
Sometimes they do. Sometimes that works, and sometimes it's shit.
I'm curious to see how much money has Transformers made in just like toy sales.
Oh my god, it's got to be in the 10 billions, hundreds of billions. I remember seeing a report of Toy Story 3, and I know that's a lot different than Transformers, but it really put it into perspective how much studios make, not just off of box office. Toy Story made a lot of money. It made like $1 billion at the box office. That's not hyperbole. I think it made literally $1 billion, and that's a fuck ton of money. Barely everyone wants to make that much money, and not a lot of movies can. And it made, I think, 10 times more in outside revenue sources, like in toy sales. So that's like $10 billion in toy sales or video game merchandise and everything, not even counting the box office. That's insane. I gotta imagine Transformers gotta have similar numbers, because once you see the movie, franchise? You paid. That was Toy Story 3 when Toy Story 3 came out.
Okay.
And that was then, so.
Look at this fucking Malfoy looking asshole. He's literally electrifying all the apes to try to like hit on some girls.
Well, it was 2011, so this is the year Harry Potter finally ended. They were like, "Hey, look, we need someone to be an asshole. Who's hot right now? Oh, get that Malfoy kid. He's an asshole. Let's get him." And now he's an asshole. But how do you torture monkeys? What kind of girl is into you? You're like, "Hey, look at this. I could torture a monkey."
Pretty fucked up one, if that.
You know what I mean? Like, is that a move you would use to pick up chicks?
No. What the fuck?
That's what I'm saying. Like, how does that? Why did that cross his head? That's like a mentally disturbed kid. Yeah. That's like he has some issues.
It's like, hey, I'm gonna try to flirt with you. Let me torture these small children and animals.
Yeah. Oh, I like it.
And Caesar over here using tools to get out. Smart.
He's so smart. He's gonna... the gorilla. He's so smart. He's scary.
Yeah. You can tell he hasn't been out in a while because dust fell off of the door.
And he's scared to go out.
I love this scene. He just like touches the ground. He's like, "It's all right."
Yeah.
And just bursts out and just goes ham.
Look at me. This is mine now. All of this. Now he's about to put Rocket in his place. Damn!
Just threw some
Slap
poop.
that kid.
This is how a revolution starts, man.
Exactly like this.
With genetic mind-altering drugs.
Oh yes, that's how all of them have started in all of history, isn't it? Gonna start a revolution with a bunch of apes.
Here we have James Franco desperately trying to save his dad by giving him that new enhanced drug, which is pretty sad.
You could just... This is a really sad scene. And I think his dad's not even about to accept it, right? He tells him not to do it. That's really sad.
Yeah.
That hurts. Like he knows his mind is going, you know? There's no harder feeling than just accepting your fate like that.
Now, I would imagine this really sucks, especially for Caesar, because I mean, you can arguably say that like he was almost like Caesar's grandfather, right? And
Basically, yeah. I mean, he took care of him.
yeah, and just like not being there when he passes.
I know. Oh, he's been sick, Ivan. You know, if I was that James Franco's boss, I'd also be having some issues too, because he made a complete 180. We need to start human trials, and we need to test this on my dad. To like, no, we need a better understanding of this thing. We can't. What are you talking about? We can't start this right now. Like, what are you talking about, man? Try to work with me here.
I mean, it's because the reason he wanted it is now no longer a valid reason. So he's just like, you know what? I can think clearly now.
I can think clearly now.
The rain. Oh.
My dad is gone. Oh, too soon.
Oh, it's fucking horrible.
And here we see the seeds of how everything's gonna go to shit. The moral of this story is to not get sneezed on by strangers.
Pretty much. Oh, dude, the next movie does sneeze. Such a 180.
What do you mean?
Like, this is just like all nice. It's dark at some points, but it's kind of cheery and funny.
Oh yeah.
To just
you mean like
life is shit. We're almost dead.
Post-apocalypse. Yeah. No civilization.
Oh, Caesar's all like, fuck you.
Poor Caesar. Well, I mean, from his shoes, you know, like, he's technically got something better going on here now. Now that he's kind of turned it into he's the alpha now in all these.
Yeah.
Of all these apes. So I mean, why would he go back to a life of, you know, living on a collar like a dog, like a pet?
I just love this scene though, where he's just like about to grab his hand, just shuts the door on him, like, no.
Yeah, but it hurts him, and you can feel it. You know,
yeah.
like, he doesn't want to do that.
Yeah. I think it's like you said. He knows it's for the greater good.
You know, it hurts to leave something behind that you love when you know, you're doing the right thing. That's a complex, existential thing all in and of itself. And for this monkey to be going through it.
He's not just a monkey, he's a super monkey.
He's a super ape. Gonna be a super monkey, giving cookies to monkeys. You get real fickle when someone improperly calls an ape a monkey. There are those people.
We've done it so much in like the past hour.
Yeah. We know they're apes. We don't care.
We don't.
Really don't. Could care less. Couldn't care less. I guess we could care less. Who cares?
Just giving everybody a cookie.
Maurice. I like this Maurice orangutan.
Yeah, he's one of like the main characters in the following movies.
He's probably the one that you learn the most about as a side character.
Yeah.
He came from a circus, right?
Yeah.
That's what they said earlier. Came a long way, these apes. One of the only things I didn't care about in the older version, because I really liked it a lot, in the Charlton Heston 1960s version, is that the apes literally came to the same society that we had as humans. Like, they developed Christianity. Like, they developed where we were at as a human society.
Really?
They just kind of copied it. Yeah, and I get with why they're trying to go with that, being like, it was supposed to be a reflection of our own society. Like, see, we have petty wars, we have petty religions, we have petty scientists, yada yada yada. But just logically speaking, the apes wouldn't have religion like that. That just feels really wrong. That just doesn't. They feel like that would not work, and it bothers me.
So in the original series, it picks up like after what this reboot would have ended at, right? It's like all.
Say that again. I gotta follow this because there's a lot of these movies.
The original series, where they go off into space, right, and they come back and everything's all fucked up. That picks up right after where this reboot series would have ended, right? Or not right after, but like time after.
Technically, not right after. So there are things that don't line up. So you can't watch Planet of the Apes as, say, a direct sequel to War for the Planet of the Apes. But you can watch it the other way around. So you can start off with watching Planet of the Apes and then seeing this as kind of a soft reboot, because that's what this is. It's a soft reboot, so not everything lines up. Like, the technology doesn't line up, the years in which the movies take place don't line up. Just very little things that are just little inconsistencies.
Because I know, like, don't they even mention or just have in the background like the spaceship that goes off?
Yeah, I don't know if we saw that happen already or if we're gonna see it soon. But yeah, they reference the original film a couple times, and not just like as a reference, but like as a direct, like, yeah, we exist in the same universe.
Yeah, no, I remember like there's a few like new like the characters are talking like in the background. It's like space shuttle launches for new mission. And it's like later, it's like, oh, space shuttle lost contact, shit like that.
Yeah, lost forever. Yeah.
They did.
They were lost for like hundreds of years in space. Hundreds of years.
Yeah.
So, I mean, a follow-up to this movie would probably just be a remake of Planet of the Apes to begin with.
No,
I think what didn't line up so well is I think one of the characters is like a nephew of Caesar. Like, yeah, didn't he, or was Caesar's son? Yeah, hey, what was Caesar's son in the third movie?
Fuck, I can't remember his name.
His second son, Cornelius. Is that his name?
Yeah.
Cornelius. Yeah, he's a character in Planet of the Apes, and just where they're at as a society of apes doesn't work out at all.
Oh yeah, because they have to like invent like Christianity and all that shit, and like in literally 20 years, it's no.
Yeah, for an advanced race of apes, that's just not how it would work. Because they were still just apes, basically apes that exist today. Like, I don't think. No, go ahead.
I was about to say, the director of like the little ape habitat has no idea what's about to go down.
Hell no. They're about to look at him like, we ain't doing nothing. What you looking at?
What were you saying?
We planning a revolution. I was gonna say, I don't think a reboot in a franchise has ever been as successful as this one. Because usually reboots fail and they suck really hard in an already existing like franchise as long as like Planet of the Apes. I can't recall a time where a reboot has like been this successful, that they've had three of them that are really fucking good. I mean, the reboot I'm thinking of right now is Ghostbusters, and that's not a great example, is it? That's a real shit example, is it?
The Oceans franchise.
It's never been rebooted. It's going to be. We haven't gotten there yet.
No, it was rebooted of a 1960s version.
You know what? You're absolutely right. I forgot that it's a reboot of a fucking. And there's three of them. I guess I stand corrected.
Dark Knight.
That's not a reboot as much as a retelling, since it's an adaptation. It's not like the Dark Knight trilogy is a reboot of the Tim Burton Batman trilogy.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Oceans, that was a good example. Oh, he's gonna talk. You remember this moment, Ivan?
Oh yeah.
When like he screams no.
Or the entire
everyone in the theater gasped. Everyone was like, it took everybody by surprise.
It's like shit's about to go down so hard right now.
You knew it was real. You knew, like, it's like you forgot you were watching this franchise. You know what I mean? Because we know the end product is them reaching that civilization of advanced, apes that eventually enslave humanity, and yet it was still such a surprise. That's an excellently directed scene, to catch the audience off guard like that. And if anyone deserved to go out like that, it was Malfoy's character.
Yeah, definitely was.
It was Tom Felton's character.
I like when they cut to the gorilla, he's just like, oh yeah.
That gorilla. He was really surprised and shocked. That's what I was trying to go for. I made a new word today.
Why is he just not doing anything? He's just like, I'm letting this happen now.
He's. What exactly would you do?
Shot Caesar with a tranquilizer gun.
I guess, to be fair, that's the one job you have. That's the one thing you would do.
Yeah, it's the main reason he went up there with a tranquilizer gun.
He just accepted his fate. He was like, you know what? I don't think I am capable of experiencing what is about to happen next. I'm just going to have a passive role in all this.
And now he dies. Look at this.
Now he just done goofed. That was your mistake. Why would you run into the room where the apes just spoke? Why would you do that? And then lock yourself behind. It's stupid.
I like how Caesar just puts him in a cage. He's like, it's okay.
Like he's a child.
Yeah. It's like,
I honestly think this is a family of like mentally ill people. I honestly think these people need mental help. This character obviously has issues, and the other character has other issues. And now he did.
He did. He electrocuted himself.
Yep.
And you could see the pain in Caesar because he became a murderer.
He just murdered. Yeah. Terminator Genesis.
Why are there so many apes packed
You know,
in this little area? I feel that's so bad.
that's it is bad. That's life. It is bad. Like, that's enclosures and zoos. That's not where they're meant to be. That's the point. Like, it is bad.
I mean, I'm just like, I feel like that's a recipe for disaster, and like they should have planned this out better because it's finna go down, and it has.
It's finna go down in San Francisco. You're just waking up one morning, you're stretching, you look outside the window, there's an army of apes, like, just right there.
What do you do? Like, if I'm on,
You're like, you know what? I'm not gonna start my day today.
Yeah, no, it's time to go back to bed. If like I'm on the San Francisco Bridge, you know, the Golden Gate Bridge, and I'm trying to get to work, and I see a fucking gorilla take out a police helicopter with a machine gun, I'm gonna be like, you know what? I don't need to work today.
I don't need to come in today.
Like, on the list of priorities.
They don't need me in today.
Yeah, on the list of priorities, that's not one of them.
Yeah, absolutely. What happened here? They fucking took over. It looked like happened here.
The guy he just says, he spoke. That's all he says. It's like, no, you know, the apes didn't take over. They didn't, like, you know, unleash like a nerve gas.
They learned how to talk.
He said something. See, Lost in Space. There we go.
Yup. See, in the first movie, it was hundreds of years. So by this movie's logic, it probably would have only been like 30, maybe 40. Now we're gonna see them murder Caesar murder on video. He's a wanted criminal now.
He has nowhere to go except for the forest.
No, they're going to Genesis first.
Yeah, so why are they going here? They're getting who? Or are they even getting anybody, or are they just like, we're gonna get?
Oh yeah,
apes?
yeah. I think that's right. I think they're mainly trying to make a point. I think they're trying to free all the apes that they can. I mean, they went to the zoo, they freed those apes. So yeah, they're just being like, we're free, bitches. Yeah.
So wait, was that the apes that painted that sign?
Yeah, it had to be. At the very least, it was Caesar, because none of the other apes are that smart yet.
Yeah, true.
And none of the apes would even recognize what that means yet. I mean, they eventually.
Yeah. That was Caesar's, like, his home. Like, yeah.
Yeah, eventually they'll recognize that as, home, but right now it only has value to Caesar. Everything's so bright and colorful in this movie. Or just like the grass is just like so brightly green, and then the next movie is just like
Gray.
fuck you gray grass. Yeah.
Life is shit.
Yeah. Color palettes and cinematography, Ivan.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. Movie stuff.
That's a balloon.
It's a lot of balloons. You'll float too.
You'll float too. Oh god, that movie.
It was a good movie.
It was a very good movie.
They're gonna free more apes.
Oh, bro. He just needs his body.
Damn. Yeah. No fucks.
Oh, shit. He just ran up to it. Oh, that's great.
Good shot. They really utilized that gorilla really well.
Yeah.
He just slammed through, someone's back porch. He was just like nothing. He was just like, wah. Strong. Apes. Very strong.
Oh, that's a nice headset he had on there in that helicopter. It's one of those David Clarksons, man. Those are nice. I know things about aviation.
Squad.
I like this scene. He's like, I got me one. Oh shit.
Yeah, they're about to throw a yep, there it is. No, isn't it coming up where they're about to throw like a what is it, the manhole cover at him?
Yeah.
Be like deaf.
Like, imagine being that guy, just like, I'm doing my job. Next thing you
No,
know,
like
there's,
imagine being in one of those buildings, you're typing on a desk, and then just apes just like come in and just throw you off your desk job. Like that's happening right here. That's what I just said. I just said it. It happened.
I was like, what is going on?
And they all just jumped off the building. Like, yep.
Oh, well, here it comes.
Yep. Oh man, that could have like decapitated them.
Oh yeah.
Oh fuck. Action is great. I mean, like, it didn't happen until now, but like it is fantastic.
Oh,
This ape action going on right here. Good shit.
I feel like the CGI isn't that bad anymore.
Well, I think in the beginning it was all about. You know what? I think you're right, because I was about to argue. I think it was because the beginning had more close-ups, but like we have a good close-up shot of Caesar right here, and that doesn't look too bad.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess technically speaking, you want your finality, you want your finality to look the best. So.
Oh yeah. Oh, a BlackBerry. Wow, I have not seen one of those.
What is this? 2011?
Yes.
Don't have an iPhone yet. Technology. I guess they never did develop, iPhones and smartphones in this world just yet. Probably Madonna had one and knows about it. Remember when Madonna was the only person in the world who had an iPhone?
I don't want to.
Crazy shit. Now every single person in the world has one.
Like, imagine being on that bridge, just going to work, and you see this, you're just like,
no,
nah.
you're fucked. You are fucked. The fucking police force could not take them down. They gonna try, but they're not gonna be successful. They just wanted to cure Alzheimer's.
This is what happened. The world ended.
That's how the world always ends in movies, ain't it? They're just trying to cure something, and then just goes to shit.
Yeah, isn't that what happened in I Am Legend?
Yeah, it's I Am Legend. I think was measles, smallpox, I think it was measles.
I thought it was cancer.
I think it was cancer, but they used a serum that was working for measles. It's all in the first 5 minutes of that movie. I like I Am Legend. A lot of people hate on it.
It's been too long since I last saw it to be objective. So
It's officially been 10 years since that movie came out.
fuck
Hell yeah. I remember going to the was it midnight screening? I don't think they even had 7 p.m. Thursday night screenings yet. Going to the midnight screening and like it was nearly sold out to see that movie.
Is it Thursday night screening really that like recent?
Yeah, that's a new thing. Yeah, that's a new thing. Remember, it used to be all about going to midnight showings. Now it's 7 p.m. Thursday night.
Yeah, because I'll say like I haven't been to a midnight release for anything in a while. I think like the last thing I went to was the midnight launch for Fallout 4. That was pretty much it.
That's a video game too, so that's not even, you know. I think the theaters just wanted people out of their theaters at midnight, you know, because I mean someone has to stay there till like 2 a.m.
Yeah, true. Yeah, because you know, like whenever we go to like some pretty late showings, like 10 o'clock, 10:30 at night.
That's the latest.
Yeah, when
like,
we
showing,
leave,
and
like,
after that is just dead.
Yeah, there's like 2 people there. It's all shut down. They're just like leave.
Yeah, leave. Don't use the bathroom. Leave. Get out of here.
I remember I went to a movie recently with some other friends, and we saw like a late night showing. And when we left, there's like literally nobody there. Like I could have hopped over the counter, taken the popcorn machine, and just left.
But then, what would you do with a popcorn machine?
I would cherish it very much so. It's always been a dream of mine to own like a movie theater size popcorn machine.
For utterly no reason.
No, just keep it.
Other to have one, yeah.
Like decor, and I'll make some popcorn every now. I'll entertain my house guests. Like here, have some popcorn.
I'm bad at getting the right amount of popcorn necessary to enjoy a movie, because, you get too large of a size, and then you don't enjoy it. But if you get too small, you eat it too fast. But then if you get any size and you eat it too fast, then you get that aftertaste of the popcorn, and then it sits in your stomach, and like all that butter.
Here's the thing. I don't add butter to my popcorn.
You don't add butter?
No,
you're a madman.
I refuse to. I think it's fine just the way it is.
Oh man. You jalapenos or no?
If I'm feeling frisky.
I gotta have a fine mix of butter and jalapenos all throughout that bucket of popcorn.
I can't.
Has to be on it.
I think the most I'll go is I'll buy like some of those little like flavor shakers.
Yeah.
Put
I know
those
what you're
in
talking
there.
about. I don't really. Some salt, sure, but I don't know. I had a guy once, like I grabbed like 5 packs of jalapenos. The little packs they got.
Yeah.
And I just started dumping them into my popcorn. And a guy to my left looked at me like I was crazy. He was like, "Oh my lord, you gonna eat it like that?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm Mexican. I can handle the spice. I'm all right."
Yeah, it's fine. I grew up with
this. Yes. Just a snack. Don't. I'll eat the jalapenos by themselves. Shit. Why are they wasting their ammo shooting the bus, though?
Maybe they'll think you'll go through it, but it didn't.
Here it is, our first official Apes on Horses. This is where it started. Caesar was the first one. By the next movie, they just tamed horses. Yeah, it had to be before smartphones, because someone would be recording this on their phone, going World Star.
Oh fuck yeah!
It'd be all over the internet. In what little time humanity had left.
Yeah, because like the downfall of humanity happened fast.
Well, to be fair, we didn't see the time lapse between this movie to the next movie, because 10 years passes by between Rise and Dawn.
Are you serious?
Yeah, that's a 10-year gap.
Oh, wow.
Maybe 8, but I mean, that's still almost a decade. Because I mean, he has a son, who's in his adolescent youth by the time we're in the dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
True. Oh no, James Franco, get out the way.
Get out the way, Franco, get out the way. Have you seen that video? I've seen a lot of, not a lot. There's this guy who's like going around playing "Move Bitch, Get Out the Way" by Ludacris on an acoustic guitar.
No.
He like goes into a public place and he goes, "Move, bitch, get out the way," like soothe, like just on an acoustic guitar. Get out the way, bitch, get out the way. But like he's still being an asshole because he's just going into public places, just singing the song for no reason.
This is the
Oh yeah, this hurts. There goes Buck. You're in a helicopter.
No. There's no
You're
thinking. It's just like there's no comprehending that. There's no. You're the pilot of the helicopter, and you're like, I'm doing a swell job piloting this helicopter. There's a 1,000-pound fucking gorilla in my helicopter, smashing my head against the helicopter. There's no in between.
I guess you're right. Oh man. Oh, now he's gonna die. So sad.
Oh, he's shaking. Oh, like, I know he just like murdered like 8 people right now, real hard, but
yeah, but like now he's dying. He doesn't know if he's gonna go to ape heaven. He doesn't know if he believes in ape heaven. He's only lived long enough to have self-awareness, and now he's dying.
Like he's only just had self-awareness because of that gas.
Yeah, and now he's going. That's a terrifying, terrifying life. He's lived his whole life, just behind a cage. He gained self-consciousness, and now he's dead.
But he went out like a hero.
Yeah, he did. He really did. I mean, for his own kind, sure, absolutely did. Caesar's mad. Look at that face. I just love his smug face. Like there's nothing I can do for you. Ooh.
Look at that. He's just like, no.
Why is he so mean? Why is he such a thug? That's the thing you'd see on like a Facebook post, and like the thug life glasses would fall on top of him. That's exactly that moment. Smoke weed every day. That's exactly what just happened.
You got Koba though. He's like, I don't give a fuck.
Jacobs. Damn, Koba. You scary. He really is, though. He's scary. That's the last thing you see. I'd be terrified.
Oh, yeah.
And he did.
Throwback to our movie theater days.
Oh, Koba.
Got Maurice in the background just hanging off the light pole. Like, yeah.
I never noticed that. He's just chilling, just looking out. He's still a monkey. He's still gotta get his daily climb.
Oh no, James Franco.
James Franco, you just stole a highway patrol car.
They're all dead. It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
I really wish we could have saw what happens to his character.
He just dies, man.
Or like at least have like a spin-off comic series or something like that goes into it. Like, you know how like sometimes movies have like comics book series.
Yeah,
they're really short. Yeah.
In the movies, it makes sense because it's no longer his story.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get it, because this movie was his movie, so I get the need for some closure, with his character.
So I feel like he would have came to visit Caesar a few times after the end of the movie, right?
It's possible, but it depends. Yeah, like we don't know exactly when humanity started to really hit its downfall. Like you said, we only know 10 years passed by. We don't know exactly how long that simian flu took to catch on and when it hit Franco, and how long after that did he have to live.
Yeah.
Could have been a few weeks at
I mean, I just feel like it could have been like a nice comic of like
Yeah.
Franco going to see Caesar, then like it's different like. No, it shows him like going to visit him different times, and then one day it's just like Caesar waiting. He never shows up because he did.
Yeah, I think Caesar is beyond that now. I don't think it would be Caesar waiting as much as it would be Caesar acknowledging the fact that he never came back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Caesar would be like, one day he didn't come back, and Caesar just knew. He just spoke, and Franco's like, "Oh shit, crazy guy was right. You did speak." I really like the music in this movie too. Like how it's about to swell up right now as he's about to climb the tree for the last time. I really like that the piece of music.
Yeah, I mean this movie was pretty great, just all around, honestly.
Yeah, very surprising. Very. Yeah.
Covered all his bases.
As the first movie of a rebooted franchise, definitely was the safe way to make this movie in the right way.
Mm.
Very, very good. It's very mainstream. It's very bright and colorful, and it's fun. And then the sequels can be dark and dreary and depressing, but very, deep and meaningful and philosophical. He scaled that tree like it's nothing. Can't do that shit. Can't climb a tree. It's a beautiful shot. It's all fake and CG rendered, but it's a beautiful shot. Caesar's like, that's gonna be my home now.
We're gonna take it.
And that's the end of that movie.
Pretty good movie still.
I guess there's a little stinger coming up in a few seconds with the pilot. We're gonna see him cough up some blood.
Oh yeah.
How long did it take to kill Jack Black?
Couldn't have been too long.
No, I mean like that was probably a week at best, right? Where it took him getting the flu and then dying. Also, we know it's not Jack Black. We don't care.
It's not Jack Black?
No, that's not Jack Black.
Did you not
serious?
know that?
No, that wasn't Jack Black.
Oh, my life is shook. I am shooketh.
Ivan. Jack Black hasn't been in anything in a while.
Yeah, true.
He was in Goosebumps. What was that, last year?
He's gonna be in that new movie.
Yeah,
Jumanji.
Jumanji. Fuck that. I don't want to see that shit. It's awful. And here we have a nice little animation. This was a clever little way to animate your closing credits, seeing the world essentially end. So it hit the UK. Oh no, it went right over the UK. But it went there shortly after. Well, Ivan, what did you think about revisiting Rise of the Planet of the Apes of the Monkeys?
Honestly, when we first said we were gonna do this, I was a little concerned. I thought it wasn't gonna hold up.
Yeah.
No, I held up pretty well. Wow, like
this is still a solid movie.
Absolutely. Like, it wasn't a chore to watch this. It was something I actively enjoyed watching. So
yeah. Some of the VFX a little shoddy. Don't quite hold up as well.
They get better
in the beginning.
Yeah, they get better.
Definitely. This was quite a good revisiting of a franchise that we've really come to enjoy.
Yeah. Close to our hearts.
Yep. Very much so. Definitely looking forward to rewatching War for the Planet of the Apes once it's available. And I guess I'm also looking forward to rewatching Dawn of the Planet. I think Dawn is my favorite of the three of them. It's just so packed with like philosophical, existential dread. Like I really love it. All right. Anything else you want to say about Planet of the Apes, Ivan?
If you haven't seen it, you definitely should watch this entire franchise. I mean, the most recent one, War for Planet of the Apes, just came out. Should be available to rent pretty soon. Yeah, I mean, absolutely watch it.
Have you so you've never seen any of the old ones?
I've seen bits and pieces of the original one, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, this trilogy stands on its own. Like, you don't really need to watch the originals at all,
yeah,
to enjoy these movies. So
I feel like what you said is best. Like, if you watch the original movies, there's a lot of callbacks, and you're kind of like, oh, hey, I know what they're talking about.
yeah,
But it definitely can stand on its own 2 feet, for sure.
yeah, absolutely. So I guess that'll wrap up our commentary track for Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Yeah, that's about it. Anything else you'd like to say? Anything you'd like to plug?
Not really, man. Just keep liking, subscribing, enjoy our videos.
Yes, of course. We're available on YouTube, of course, and on SoundCloud, where you can like and subscribe and follow us. You can leave comments. What do you think about this commentary track? What other movies would you like us to see and comment on, and all that jazz? And if you'd like audio-only versions of the podcast, you can find us on iTunes and on Bandcamp. On Bandcamp is where you can support us and donate to us. It's absolutely not necessary, but it would be a help for us when we rent these movies. And so, with that out of the way, you can also find me on my own channel called David Lopez Reviews. I just talk about movie news on my own from time to time and do movie reviews on my own channel. That's that aside. We are not the best podcast. I'm David.
And I'm Ivan.
And we're not the best, but
we aight.
All right. All right. Thanks for listening, guys. We'll see you next time.
See ya.
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 We'll see you next time.